I don't know about y'all, but I feel like there has been a new perfume release every other day for the past month. Hey girls, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Casey and I'm a lover of all things fragrance, beauty, hygiene. So if that sounds like something you love, definitely make sure to subscribe and let me know what you want to see. Today's video is going to be all about the new fragrance releases that we have seen lately. Half of my desk is covered in these new perfumes that have recently been launched and I would love to talk about them with you because I know somebody's going to ask. The new CASEYJ fragrances will be reviewed separately. I haven't gotten my PR box yet, but best believe they will be discussed. I'm very excited to talk about these new releases because some of them I'm absolutely loving and some of them not so much. If there are any new fragrance launches that I don't cover in this video but you want a review for it, definitely let me know. And without further ado, let's get into these reviews. The first fragrance I want to talk about is Valentino's new Born in Roma Rendezvous Ivory. And if you've been on Perfume Talk, you know that this fragrance has caused quite the uproar. It seems to be extremely polarizing. People either really hate it or really love it. I personally love it, but I kind of understand why people are hating on it. So Born in Roma Donna Rendezvous Ivory is a limited edition fragrance and it seems to only come in one size. This is the 100 ml bottle and it retails for $190. Even if you hate the scent, you gotta admit that this bottle is absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love the color of it. I think it's just so chic and fancy. Notes of this fragrance include green mandarin, orange blossom, there's a little bit of a marshmallow accord, as well as Madagascar vanilla. And before we get into the controversy of this fragrance, I want to give you guys my thoughts. I personally love this fragrance. I think it is a beautifully sweet, soft, feminine orange blossom fragrance. You do get a little bit of the marshmallow and vanilla, but not in a gourmand kind of way. I personally think this is a very beautiful, floral, sweet, fluffy fragrance. A lot of people are comparing this to Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, and I can definitely see the comparison, but I prefer this so much more. If you've ever smelled Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, it is a similar profile, but I feel like Love Don't Be Shy has like this syrupy, medicinal quality to it. There's something about it that just does not sit well with my skin and always induces a migraine whenever I smell it. So when I saw the notes for Rendezvous Ivory, I was a little concerned that the same thing was going to happen, but that is not what happened at all. I really enjoy this. I think it's beautifully feminine, it's floral, it's soft, it's fluffy. I also really love the bottle. I know I already said that, but I just think it's so gorgeous. Now, a lot of the conversation about this fragrance has been the fact that it's not a gourmand the way it was marketed to be. And while I totally understand everybody's upset about that, when I first saw the Valentino ad and saw that it was gourmand, I really took it with a pinch of salt. I have never known Valentino to truly do a gourmand fragrance. I know that certain designer fragrances or designer brands, when they say gourmand, they don't really mean a photorealistic gourmand. So when I saw that that's what they were describing this as, I was not truly expecting a fluffy gourmand vanilla marshmallow fragrance. So I think it's because I had that like preconceived notion that they weren't truly making a gourmand that this fragrance didn't disappoint me the way it's disappointed others. I enjoy this for what it is, not what Valentino said it would be or what other people were thinking. And it's like, this is why you kind of have to understand the brand that you're purchasing from when they describe a fragrance. Valentino could come out with a fragrance with notes of Hershey's chocolate and chocolate chip cookie dough and I still wouldn't believe that it is a gourmand fragrance. They just kind of take gourmand and make it super sophisticated and elegant as opposed to photorealistic and scrumptious. I would say that if you're on the fence about this fragrance and you're buying it or you're wanting to buy it because you think it's truly going to be gourmand, maybe skip it. But if you want a fragrance that is going to give you that orange blossom, fluffy, soft, feminine vibe, you can definitely check this out. Next, we can talk about She Was Here by FORVRMOOD. And let me just say, I think this might be one of the best fragrance releases of 2025. This retails for $79 US and it has notes of roasted pistachio, Turkish rose, amber, and a creamy vanilla milk. To be honest, when I first saw that this fragrance was coming out and I saw that pistachio note, I was so irritated because I'm so sick of pistachio. To know me is to know I don't really like pistachio notes all that much. I'm not much of a fan. So when I saw it in this fragrance, I was like, are you kidding me? But I should have known better because Jackie Asamoah and the FORVRMOOD team has literally never steered me wrong. This is an absolutely beautiful fragrance. You definitely do get that pistachio note, but it's drier than what I was originally anticipating. For me, I never really got the hype of pistachio notes. I never really found a fragrance that really made me love a pistachio note. I think for me, the disconnect with pistachio notes is it's usually done one of two ways. One of three, actually. It's usually done either like fluffy and soapy, like the Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. There's Prada's Radical Essence, which is nice and it's a beautiful fragrance, but I personally am not in love with it. Then, of course, we have that classic Sol de Janeiro Cheriosa 62, which I am low-key sick of. It's not a bad scent profile. I don't hate it, but I'm just I'm over it. So when I saw roasted pistachio in the notes, if she was here, I was like, please don't tell me this is going to smell like one of the 3 things that have been done a million times. This is not at all like anything I've smelled before. The opening is this beautiful dry pistachio and this really delicate Turkish rose. While the rose is soft and delicate, it packs such a punch and it's so prominent within the fragrance. And the combination of Turkish rose and roasted pistachio definitely took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting that it was going to really mesh well, but this is beautiful. As this continues to settle on the skin, you get more of that creamy vanilla milk. And I won't say that this is a vanilla forward fragrance, but that vanilla milk adds just the perfect amount of like a creamy sweetness. It's slightly lactonic, but not like a milkshake kind of vibe. It just adds a really beautiful creamy element to the fragrance. And I really enjoy how elevated and sophisticated it smells while being a fragrance without all these complicated notes. Sometimes fragrances can be way too overcomplicated and have way too many notes. I said this in my TikTok review. It's a fragrance of few notes but of such impact. This is a fragrance that leaves a scent trail. It has beautiful sillage and projection. I really love the way it smells on my skin, on clothes. It smells absolutely fantastic. It has such a warm, rich, inviting vibe. This screams rich and wealthy. I really, really love the way this fragrance was done. It took me by complete surprise. And this was also PR, so huge thank you to the Forever Mood team for sending it. I literally screamed when I got my box. I think this is going to be a perfect fragrance to wear within the fall and winter. I like the fact that it's not overly spicy or it's not overly floral. There's just such a perfect harmony in all the notes in this fragrance. And that's something I find within all the Forever Mood fragrances. There's a really beautiful balance. I also love the bottle. I think it's so pretty and I absolutely love this color. And I'm absolutely so happy to see that the majority of people who have purchased this fragrance or gotten this fragrance have absolutely loved it because it's so good. Next up is Commodity's newest fragrance. This is Milk Orchid. It was created in collaboration with Emma, aka Perfumerism. And if you've never heard of her, she's essentially the queen of milk perfumes on TikTok. She started out a trend searching for the perfect milk fragrance, and Commodity decided to collaborate with her and create this, and baby, she's quite the star. And while some people really love this fragrance, there are other people kind of mad at it because they expected it to literally smell like a gallon of milk. But babe, she is a floral gourmand, so let's talk about it. So this launches September 2nd, I believe. I'm not sure about the price. It's not on the Commodity website just yet. The bottle is really pretty. I feel like you can't see it because of my lighting, so I'm sorry, but they even have the notes right here too. And the notes of this fragrance include fig milk, coconut cream, almond blossom, vanilla orchid, warm cotton, magnolia, macadamia milk, and sandalwood. Now, because Emma, aka Perfumerism, is the queen of milk perfumes, a lot of people were expecting a straight up lactonic fragrance with no like floral components. They were expecting like literal like cow's milk, I guess, but this is definitely not that. It is what I would call a floral gourmand. Within the opening of this fragrance, I definitely get that fig, but it's not necessarily too overpowering. It works really well with that coconut cream as well as the almond blossom. It's creamy and slightly lactonic, but it also has that floral aspect to it because of the almond blossom, vanilla orchid, and that beautiful magnolia. So I feel like it's equal parts floral and equal parts gourmand. I enjoy the fig in this fragrance, which took me by surprise because I typically don't like fig as a note. The coconut cream in here isn't a salty, beachy, sunscreeny kind of coconut. It's just soft and creamy. I've seen some people say they really do get that warm cotton note. I personally don't get it on my skin. When you see vanilla orchid, don't think that this is a vanilla forward fragrance whatsoever because it's not. It adds just a bit of like soft floral sweetness. It's really pretty, but again, it's not a straight up gourmand fragrance. Within the final dry down, I do get that macadamia milk, and it is that warm, nutty, sweet kind of vibe. That macadamia milk adds more to the lactonicness of this fragrance, but again, it's still a floral gourmand. When I saw that it was Commodity that Perfumerism was collaborating with, I was not expecting a straight up milk perfume. Even though Commodity does have that milk line, if you guys have smelled milk, you know it doesn't smell like straight up milk. It has woody elements or sugary elements to it. Commodity does not make straight up gourmands, period. So I wasn't necessarily anticipating a 100% gourmand fragrance. People were disappointed that this wasn't a straight up gourmand lactonic fragrance, but I personally really enjoy it. I think that this is a really good transitional fragrance as well. This is the perfect fragrance to go from summer to fall. It's not too lactonic that it pulls spoiled on the skin and heat. Then it's not overly floral or powdery. It has some warmth to it that's really good for the cooler months. I personally think this is a job well done. And if you'll be picking this up when this releases, definitely let me know because baby, you know I want to know. Next up, we have Nest New York's newest launch. This is Creme de Clementine. This retails for $92 for the 50 ml bottle. The notes of this fragrance include clementine zest, vanilla cream, as well as some blonde woods. And let me just say, I really love this fragrance. I think it literally smells like an orange creamsicle. I gave this to a friend to smell as well, and he thought it smelled like an orange creamsicle as well. This fragrance is probably one of my favorites as it pertains to citrus fragrances because I love the combination of that vanilla cream with the citrus. Now, the opening, you truly do get a very photorealistic clementine zest. It literally smells like peeling a clementine. So there's almost a whisper of bitterness within the opening. opening. Then you get the juiciness of the clementine and it's so beautiful. And very quickly you get that sweet vanilla cream and it turns into this orange creamsicle ice cream scent. I really enjoy this fragrance. I think it's so delicious. I can't say it enough. It literally smells like a bar of orange creamsicle ice cream. I really love the development of this fragrance. It starts off as this like almost tart, bright citrus and then turns into this creamy vanilla and citrus. There's blonde woods in this, but thankfully it is not a woody fragrance whatsoever. I feel like that was just added so it doesn't turn too sweet or too lactonic. It just adds a little bit of grounding to the fragrance and it's absolutely perfect in my opinion. I think out of all the citrus fragrance releases we've had this year, I think this is definitely my favorite. I also really enjoy the packaging of this. I love the fact that there's little clementines in the bottle, so you don't necessarily have to read the label. You can see the clementines and know that this is the fragrance. Nest New York also released Madagascar vanilla in a perfume. This is also $92. This has notes of Madagascar vanilla as well as a little bit of coconut. And if you guys aren't new to Nest New York, you guys know that there has been a perfume oil. It's been a vanilla staple for so many people for so many years. It's this beautiful soft vanilla. It's not overly lactonic, sweet, or gourmand. It's kind of just straight up vanilla, but then it has a little bit of like this creamy coconut. It's not a salty, beachy coconut. It just adds a little bit of like this coconutty creaminess. But I do think that this is the exact same scent as the perfume oil. For some reason, I love this a little bit more. I think this is a beautiful vanilla fragrance. It's not too gourmand. It's not too floral. It's not too powdery. It's just like a perfect baseline vanilla that you could wear or layer with anything. I've had this for a few days and the dent is already there because I've been wearing this almost every day. Next up on the list would be Remy by Rosie Jane. I think this box is absolutely so cute and it came with little clementines as well. So according to the By Rosie Jane website, this will be available September 4th. Retails for $80 US and the notes of this include bright mandarin, fresh cardamom, white amber. Now in all honesty, I think this is a good fragrance, but is it for me? No. Personally, when it comes to citrus fragrances, I prefer my citrus to be a little bit on the sweeter side with some like vanilla to back it up. This is a very spicy and warm citrus, and while I can say it's beautiful, would I wear it often? Probably not. You immediately get that cardamom as well as the mandarin within this fragrance. So if you do love a citrusy, warm, spicy fragrance, this is definitely something I think you should pick up. I think it's interesting because it's a cozy way to do citrus, which you usually don't see. I do love cardamom within fragrances, so I love the way it blends with the mandarin. I just personally wouldn't wear it on my skin as often as I think anybody else would. I think if I layered it with something like Dulce or Madagascar Vanilla by Nest New York, I would enjoy it even more. I feel like citrus fragrances in general are better when they have a little bit of vanilla to them. Mandarin is very prominent within the opening, but as it continues to settle, you get more and more of the cardamom spice. There's a little bit of amberiness to it, but it's primarily a cardamom and mandarin fragrance. I don't know, I think all of By Rosie Jane's fragrances are pretty unisex, but this is a little more masculine leaning. I think I would prefer to smell this on a man as opposed to myself, but I think this is definitely worth a sniff, especially if you love warm citrusy fragrances. Now let's talk about something that is brand spanking new. This is Oakcha and Paul Riac's newest fragrance. This is Paul's fourth fragrance. I'm so excited and so proud of him. This is Mango Hour Viral Vanilla. This is what the bottle looks like. Mine is just a little bit scratched up here, but it's fine. And shout out to Oakcha for their fast shipping. I literally got this within 4 days of ordering it. I got it on the TikTok shop. TikTok had a little coupon, so this was like 40 bucks for me. I've already smelled this and I've been smelling it for the past couple of days, and let me just tell you, this is a tropical dream. So this retails for $55.95. It is an extrait and the notes include fresh mango, juicy pineapple, luscious white peach, caramel swirl, coconut milk, coumarin, amber, vanilla bean, and musk. And as usual, the atomizer is so fine. This fragrance smells so beautiful. If you love tropical fruits and you love a creamy vanilla, this is definitely something you need to try. The opening is a burst of this really sweet, juicy pineapple as well as that mango. You get a little bit of the white peach, but because it's a white peach as opposed to a super syrupy peach, it's not overpowering any of the other fruity notes. While the pineapple and mango have a little bit of a juicy component, they are a lot more creamy than anything, which I absolutely love. It's almost like mango and pineapple ice cream. It's super sweet, it's super creamy and tropical, and as it continues to settle on the skin, you get more of that caramel and the coconut milk and the vanilla, and it's absolutely delicious. If you've tried That Girl Viral Vanilla, you know that classic creamy, fluffy caramel vanilla dry down. That's what's in this. I really love this fragrance from the opening all the way to the dry down because it's so sweet, tropical, and then turns into this fluffy vanilla masterpiece. This is a perfect summer fragrance. It smells so good. It has such a beautiful sillage and projection. This creates the best scent bubble. My room smells so good right now. I love the mango component. It's not ultra mango forward because it is mixed with that pineapple and peach, but you can definitely smell the mango and definitely smell the pineapple and the peach, and it just smells so good all together. Paul, if you see this, I'm so proud of you and so happy for you because babe, this just might be my favorite one yet. Next up is one of my favorite releases for this year. This is Queen's Caramel by Ellis Brooklyn. This retails for $115 US. It is available on Sephora. The notes of this include caramel, maple sugar, wild honey, pink salt, whipped coconut, vanilla orchid, white chocolate, jasmine, vanilla bourbon, amberwoods, tonka bean, and milky musks. As a gourmand lover, Ellis Brooklyn doesn't owe me a thing when it comes to Queen Caramel because baby, they ate that up. This is so freaking good. The opening, you get this beautiful, sweet, sticky caramel as well as that beautiful maple. And I feel like maple as a note is very underrated. I feel like not enough fragrances include maple. It's so good. It's warm, it's sweet, it's delicious. And the combination of the caramel and the maple together is absolutely delicious. You get a little bit of that honey, but it truly is that caramel and the maple that really is the star of the show as it pertains to the opening. As it continues to sit on the skin, you get more of that white chocolate, and baby, oh my gosh, it's so good. It adds just this beautiful, creamy, sweet, chocolatey vibe to the fragrance. There's whipped coconut in there, but I personally don't get too much, which I'm fine with. There's a little bit of vanilla in there, which makes this just even more gourmand and yummy. It's a very milky, creamy, sweet, sugary fragrance. Very gourmand, very delicious. So if you wanted a fragrance that's going to be all floral and sophisticated and whatever, this is not that. This is for the gourmand lovers. This is for my girls that want to smell sweet and sticky and edible. I love this fragrance. I think it's so good. A lot of people were comparing it to Bianco Latte, and I will say that they're somewhat similar, but they're not the same fragrance. I feel like if I was to smell them side by side, I would definitely be able to tell the difference. The maple note in this is definitely very identifiable, as well as that white chocolate. Bianco Latte, of course, has a milky vanilla, caramel, and honey vibe to it, but that does not have the chocolate or the maple. But I feel like if you enjoy Bianco Latte, you would enjoy Queen's Caramel. I know I do. I think this fragrance is absolutely a 1000 out of 10. It's so good. The bottle is absolutely beautiful. You guys know I love a good gradient, and that's exactly what this is. If you're a gourmand lover and you need something with caramel in it and you need to smell sticky and delicious, baby, this is what you need. Not only did Valentino come out with a Rendezvous Ivory for women, they also came out with a cologne, and it has absolutely no business being this good. This has notes of bergamot, lavender, and a fireplace accord. This is 100 milliliters and it retails for $165 US. This is also limited edition as well. And let me tell you something, I really never pay much attention to cologne. I don't really care for it. I'm just a girl. But baby, this is absolutely amazing. If you're a guy or you love masculine fragrances and you're looking for your next cologne, baby, please consider this because it's so good. Women love it when a man smells good. Just saying. The opening to this is a beautiful combination of bergamot and lavender. And typically when we think of bergamot, we think ultra juicy, ultra fresh, ultra bright, but this is not what that is. The lavender or lavender really creates almost like a creamy bergamot, and it's so good. It's not a super fresh bergamot kind of cologne. It's cozy, it's warm, it's almost a little seductive. The lavender doesn't pull too powdery or floral. It just really softens that bergamot note, and it's so good. Then that fireplace accord is truly the star of the show in my opinion. I feel like sometimes I don't like a good fireplace accord. I don't like fragrances that are overly woody or overly smoky to the point that it literally smells like burnt wood. I like woody, smoky warmth, but I don't like it to be too much, and this fragrance is the perfect example of the perfect amount of woody warmth. It's smoky, it's warm, it's cozy, it's inviting. It's so amazing. I truly was not expecting to love this as much as I do. I've smelled a bunch of different Valentino fragrances. I've smelled a bunch of different colognes, but baby, this is definitely one of my favorites. Next up, we have Hakuna Matata by 2787. So this is 2787's most recent launch. This is 87 milliliters and it retails for $230, which is quite the pretty penny. The notes of this include bergamot, a green banana peel accord, broom flower, ripe banana, jasmine, orange flower, honey, and labdanum. To be honest, I'm not much of a banana girl, so when I first got the email, I was a little reluctant to try it, but I was like, why not? And I was pleasantly surprised. This is actually a really wearable, beautiful banana fragrance. When it comes to banana as a note, I only really think of banana Laffy Taffies, which is a really sugary, artificial note, and I wouldn't necessarily want it in a fragrance. This is sweet, ripe banana. It's tropical, it's fun, it's bright, it's beautiful. And you definitely do get that banana note, but it is not at all a super artificial, cheap smelling banana. Within the opening, you do get that burst of bergamot as well as the green banana peel accord. It adds just a bit of green earthiness to the fragrance, which is really nice. And then as it continues to settle on the skin, you do get that beautiful, sweet, ripe banana, and it truly is a ripe banana. Fun fact, for the past couple of days, I've been making a bunch of banana bread, and this is literally what the bananas smell like. I like the ripe banana note mixed in with those tropical florals. I feel like it's a really beautiful combination. I really like this fragrance. I don't necessarily know what I would layer with this in terms of body care or other fragrances, but I think this is a pretty great fragrance. I love the name of it, Hakuna Matata. It's just very fun and tropical. I think it's spot on. I've never tried anything else from 2787, but this fragrance has definitely intrigued me to try other fragrances that they make. So if you've tried anything from 2787, definitely let me know what you think, because you know I want to know. Gulf Orchid also gave us 3 new fragrances. This is their Bite collection, and to be honest, I'm only really loving one. Can you guys guess which one it is? So the first one is Baklava Bite, and it retails for about $33 US. The notes of this include pistachio, honey, cake, peach, milk, tonka bean, vanilla, sandalwood, cedarwood, and caramel. And to be honest, you guys, I don't really enjoy this fragrance. It is a very pistachio forward fragrance, so if you love pistachio notes, you might love this. In my opinion, it's very true to what a baklava smells like. You wanted a fragrance that is literally going to give you baklava. This is something for you. I personally don't enjoy the scent profile. The opening of this fragrance is a burst of that warm pistachio and honey. There is a cakey vibe to it, but it's more of a fluffy cake as opposed to something super heavy and dense. There's peach listed in the notes, but I personally don't get much of it. Within the final dry down of this fragrance, I get a little whisper of that cedar and sandalwood, which I don't really mind. I think it helps to ground the fragrance a little bit and cuts away at that sweet, cakey honey and pistachio. I think for those of you who really love honey and pistachio notes together, this is a perfect fragrance. This is just something I personally would not reach for. Next up is Candy Bite, which also retails for about $33 US. This has notes of vanilla, pear, marshmallow, caramel, jasmine, apricot candy, a sugar accord, tonka bean, and sandalwood. I feel like the name is absolutely perfect. It does smell like a giant vat of candy. The opening, you immediately get a very sweet candy like pear and sugar. You get that vanilla, you get the marshmallow. I personally really don't get much floral. It smells like candy and pears and marshmallows and sweet things. It's very similar to Kayali's Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, but it's not a dupe. I feel like this is a lot more sugary. You do get a little bit of the caramel, but I would say that it's more so a very marshmallow sugar candy kind of fragrance as opposed to super caramelly. If you want something that is going to make you smell super sweet and like you live in a candy store, I would definitely say to check this out. Last but never least from the Bite collection is Cookie Bite, and it also retails for $33 US. Here she is, and the notes include butter cookie, musk, vanilla, caramel, and amber. And this is a cookie lover's dream. This smells absolutely delicious. This literally smells like cookies in the oven. It's super warm, delicious cookies. It has a butteriness to it, but not in a bad way. It's just this very warm, rich cookie. This smells absolutely delicious. This is definitely my favorite out of the Bite collection. It's so cookie and gourmand and vanilla and yummy. I feel like if you enjoy Choco Musk but wanted it to be stronger, this is something that you would enjoy. If you wanted a fragrance that is literally going to give nothing but straight up cookies, this is definitely something you'd love. These are all available on Aroma Concepts. I'm going to put a link in the description bar if anybody wants to check these out. They're all really good and strong, and I love the fact that they're affordable. For me personally, the only one I'm truly going to wear that much would be Cookie Bite, because babe, it's so good. And last but never least for the new releases, we have Peach Dulu by Paris Corner. This retails for $40 US. It's also available on Aroma Concepts. Again, the link will be in the description bar. This is the bottle. We love a good gradient moment. The notes include peach, nectarine, guava, ginger, cardamom, rose, musk, caramel, and dry wood. Now this fragrance is interesting because the opening almost smells like Lifesavers. I don't know if you guys have ever had those tropical gummy Lifesaver candies. That's kind of what this is giving. It's very sweet and pretty and candy-like, but then as it continues to sit on the skin, you get more of that ginger and cardamom, which I personally could have done without. I do love ginger and cardamom as notes within fragrances, but for something that's super fruity, juicy, and sweet, I don't see why they would put it in there. I don't completely hate it, but I just wish it was either one or the other. I wish it was either this super gummy, candy, peachy fragrance or the super warm, spicy. I don't necessarily want to see both. I feel like this is good for those of you who enjoy fragrances that are sweet but not too sweet and have some woody spice to it. I personally think this is really interesting. This definitely isn't my favorite out of the hair line. She's interesting. I feel like I'll leave it at that because I don't really know how to explain the way I feel about the fragrance. Like the opening is nice. You get that beautiful guava and the peach, but then as you continue to get that ginger and the cardamom, it kind of loses me a little bit. It's not a terrible fragrance by any means. I feel like this is definitely like sniff worthy. It's just not something that I would personally pull out and wear every day. So those were my thoughts on the new releases. Definitely let me know what you think of any of these fragrances. If you've tried them, if you're going to pick them up, if you've bought it but you want to return it. I want to know all the tea and all your opinions. I think a lot of these fragrances were really good, but I definitely have 5 that are my top favorites. She Was Here, of course, is one of my favorites. This is absolutely beautiful. If you were to try one fragrance out of this this entire video, I would definitely say this. Both of the Rendezvous Ivory flankers, absolutely love both of them, but baby, the cologne has me in a chokehold. Mango Hour is one of the most beautiful tropical creamy fragrances. I absolutely love it. And without a doubt, Queen's Caramel. I'm going to be wearing this every single day for the fall, for the winter. I am never going to get sick of this. Again, definitely let me know what your thoughts are. I love talking to you guys. And if there are any new fragrances that I've missed, definitely leave it in the comments and let me know so I can check it out for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.